Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to pull your person's energy. I'm going to see what they're thinking, what they're feeling, that person that's on your mind, whether you're in separation or you are together. Just want to see what the energy is. Let's see what's going on with them. So let's check in. So we have Empress energy, abundance, fertility, nurturing. It's a very good energy. Be sure and like the video for me. Leave me a comment or subscribe if you like the messages. It really does help my channel and I really do appreciate it. It also pushes it out there for others to get the messages. So this looks like really good energy right now. So we have this Empress. The Empress, again, is like just sitting back in that nurturing energy, right? And the whole thing with the Empress energy is she is that feminine energy. So she receives, right? She's just kind of sitting on her throne and letting things come to her. If she wants something, she manifests it and it comes in for her, right? The masculine energy, the Emperor, is very action oriented and goes after things, right? And it's not that the Empress doesn't do anything. It's just that she is open to receiving. It's just this nurturing, very divine feminine type of energy, sensuality, beauty, abundance, nature, things like that. So this could be you sitting here. This could be how they're seeing you, that you are their Empress. What they're thinking, we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is an action card. It is all about taking some type of action, very direct, very intellectual, right? And it's just kind of going after things with speed and precision. So I feel like they're thinking about speeding things up here or coming in very quickly. You know, this is a very fast moving energy. And I feel like they're thinking about taking some sort of action here. In their heart, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a union card. This is about marriage. So it's also like the 1111 card. So this could be like soulmate twin flame energy. But it's about joy, happiness, gatherings. It's about stability. I often see this card when thinking about a home because there's a house back here and you have these two people celebrating. You know, you have all these people like they're at a reception for a wedding or they're at the wedding and, you know, this is their home. So I feel like there is like a harmonious feeling here and a feeling of stability, belonging. Could also be about a reunion, like they're feeling they want a reunion. What they're not telling you, we have the King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. This just means that there are very deep feelings. So if this is someone, whether you've been in union or not, this is someone that has very deep feelings for you. They just have not told you about these deep feelings. So the King of Cups is the masculine energy of the cups, right? But he is very balanced head over heart. It's just very deep emotion. So he is very in touch with his feelings. He's very compassionate and emotionally intelligent. Their intentions, we have the Fool card. Like they want this new beginning, right? They want to take a leap of faith and they intend to have this new beginning. And it's also about like spontaneous, you know, with this fast moving energy. This could like kind of come out of nowhere. Maybe you're not expecting this at all. Maybe they, you know, are planning to kind of come in here spontaneously. It is very much about the new beginning, though. And it's also about freedom. Like they could be freeing themselves up in order to start a new beginning or just coming in here to start a new beginning with you. Moving forward, we have the Sun card. This is all about happiness, abundance. This is like all good things, right? So it's joy, it's vitality, it's energy, it's confidence, it's truth. So, you know, there could be some truth coming in here, but this is also just like the energy overall of this relationship going forward is that Sun card, which is, you know, happiness, success in all forms, in relationships, in business, in money. This is a really great reading, really great energy. So clarify this Knight of Swords, Spirit. Ace of Cups, yeah. they're coming in pretty quick. So the swords are also about our thoughts, right? And this is what they're thinking. They're thinking about coming in quickly with a love offer. Ace of Cups is, you know, that new love, intuition, but it's also like new feelings. So it doesn't have to be a new relationship. This could be maybe somebody you've been in union with before and they're wanting to come back because we did have this reunion, right? And maybe they want to start new, start fresh, start over, right? But this could be somebody brand new. You know, it's a general reading, so you take it how it resonates for you. But nonetheless, they very much want to come in here very quickly and give you some type of offer here. And I feel like maybe this is going back to that Empress, that is you kind of sitting in that Empress energy and being open to receive this. And I feel like overall, this is just very abundant. So let's see. Clarify the Four of Wands for their feelings, please, Spirit. Clarify that Four of Wands, please. Yeah. So we have Judgment, which is like rebirth, awakening, but it's also reconciliation. So you have reunion and reconciliation here in their feelings. They very much want to have a new beginning with you and come back together. I feel like this is somebody from your past. Again, it doesn't have to be somebody that you've been in union with. Maybe it was just somebody you were friends with before, or someone that you kind of casually dated, and now they want to come in and offer you something more. But they definitely want union here. I mean, you've got the Four of Wands and Judgment. Those are both cards of reunion and reconciliation. So they definitely want to come in here and offer you this, you know, this happiness, this love. Clarify the King of Cups for what they're not telling the collective, Spirit. Yeah, it's a very spiritual connection. They have a very, you have the High Priestess. So this is like those deep emotions, right? That deep feeling. And then you have the High Priestess, which is a very spiritual connection. It is that higher power, that inner knowing. And I feel like they have this inner knowing that you are their person. And it's a very spiritual connection. You guys probably, this could be about communication. Maybe you guys are not in communication, because the High Priestess is all about, like, it's about secrets, but it's the things behind the veil, right? Things unsaid, things that haven't been told. It doesn't have to be secret, like as in a negative way. It's probably just that you're not in communication, right? There's no communication, so there's silence. But they know that this is a very spiritual connection here, and they do want to communicate. And they probably want to communicate about these deep feelings and let you know how they feel. That could be the truth that's coming in here too with that Sun card. They could come in and tell you the truth. Clarify the Fool for their intentions, please, Spirit. I feel like this is going to happen spontaneously. Like my heart rate kind of went up a little bit. And you've got that Knight of Swords and the Fool, which is like a spontaneous, like, leap of faith, right? And that Knight of Swords is very fast moving energy. So I feel like this is probably going to happen pretty quickly, or it may be like completely unexpected on your end. So their intentions, we have Temperance card. This again is an archangel. You've got two archangels and the High Priestess here. So this is a very protected union. This, you know, you've got the guardian angels, the High Priestess, very spiritual, very guarded union here. This is basically like just meant to be. Temperance is all about balance, moderation. You know, they may be feeling like this spontaneous wanting to take a leap of faith, but they're kind of trying to be patient, or trying to temper themselves a little bit, right? And not be crazy about it, right? So there may be, you know, something that they need to take care of before they can come rushing in. But Temperance is also like integration. And that could be like that whole new beginning and integrating your lives together, you know, putting these two lives together, whether that's moving in together, getting married. You know, when you get married, you integrate your lives completely here. And I feel like they just definitely want that harmony and peace with you. I love this energy. You couldn't have got a better love reading here, Virgo. Clarify the Sun going forward, please, Spirit. By the sun, please. The Chariot. Yeah, there is forward movement. Like, this is going to pick up pretty quickly. The Chariot is very fast moving. Like, they're going to plow through any kind of obstacles that have been standing in the way, and this is going to come in pretty fast. This is like taking control of the situation, being very determined and very focused, and just charging through and moving things forward here. Happiness going forward and abundance, growth. And I always see the child on this card, and it always makes me think of that inner child. You know, that's like your ultimate happiness. Like when you go back to being a kid, right? All the things that made you happy, and you know, all the silly things that you did as a kid that just brought out that inner child. Maybe you bring out their inner child, and you're their happiness. Very amazing reading. So what's the blockage, Spirit? What's blocking this connection right now? Transitioning, accepting lessons, and moving forward. So I feel like they are trying to move forward or move on from something else. And that could be like they're actually moving. So this is my card when I see this for actually moving, because this person has all of their belongings, right? And they've got like a child. Maybe they do have a child. They don't have to, but this is like having everything in this boat and moving. Like they're going from one place to another, to this island over here. But you also have the Fool, who's, you know, just has like his little sack here on his stick, and that's all he has, and he's just going for it. So I feel like there needs to be some kind of move, whether that's physically or it's just moving on and kind of leaving something else behind. So they could be leaving another relationship, they could be leaving a mindset, or they could be moving on from, like, moving a place, right? Needing to sell a house. Maybe that's why they're trying to kind of temper their emotions, or they just kind of need to move on from something else. Let's see. What are their next actions towards the collective, Spirit? I just saw Justice, but it didn't come out. The Truth. So we have the Four of Swords, which is about being in solitude or rest and relaxation. But I feel like this is them coming out of solitude and re-entering. So maybe they have been pulled back. Maybe they've kind of been to themselves. And again, you guys haven't been in communication. I feel like this is them. Maybe they were doing some kind of introspection here and releasing themselves from isolation. Maybe that's what they're moving on from isolation and holding back from whatever this was. Maybe they had to tie something up. I mean, it's a general reading, you'll know, or maybe you haven't been in contact, so you're not sure what's going on, but there's definite forward movement. So what is the advice for the collective, Spirit? King of Swords, which is about communication, truth, clarity. Again, you guys may not be in communication. So you have the King of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like this is about like speaking your truth, communicating, and overcoming these obstacles. And then you have the Strength, which is all about overcoming obstacles, pushing through anything here, and having courage and self-confidence. So, or have self-confidence, but also kind of have the confidence that this is coming together here. You could be dealing with a King of Swords, which is air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it doesn't have to be, though. I mean, we have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've got Sagittarius. We've got a lot of signs here. It could really be any sign. I just feel like this is you know, using your head over heart here and being logical about things in order to overcome those obstacles that you're facing. And again, maybe that's because you didn't think this was coming together, or because you're not aware of their deep feelings for you. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards. What else do you have for Virgo, Spirit? This is a really amazing love reading, though. So I would expect somebody to come in here pretty fast. They're coming in hot. for sure. Okay. So we had shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. Again, the unexpected. I feel like this is going to happen really, really fast. You're probably not even, you may not even be aware how this person feels, because in what they're not telling you, we have the King of Cups and High Priestess. You guys are probably in no contact. They have not communicated their feelings to you. You may have no idea how this person feels. You may feel it, or, you know, it's never been expressed by them. So it's definitely going to be pretty shocking when they come in, especially with how fast this is happening, because you have the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, which are two very fast moving energies. And again, that could be because they were holding back. So you had healing, which is releasing, purifying, cleansing. I feel like they have been healing. That's what that Four of Swords is. And it's about learning lessons and kind of resting, recovering. And then this is accepting those lessons and moving on, right? So I feel like they've definitely been, they could have been very pulled back now and not communicating with you. And then we have abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. Yeah, they could have had you feeling very abandoned. You know, and with this King of Swords, you could be very guarded when they come back to you, which is a normal human emotion, but maybe trying not to be so closed off to them. And it doesn't mean you have to take it back, but, you know, I see that this is a very spiritual, very deep connection. This is probably a soulmate twin flame. We didn't get many of that. Not being you. You're trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. Be yourself. So that could be one or both of you. It could be your person, or it could be you not being yourself. And again, that could be because they abandoned you. So you're, again, closed off and maybe trying to appear more perfect than you are because you're a little guarded. And that's totally understandable, especially if you feel abandoned. But other than that, this is an amazing love reading. So I hope that that message helped, and I will see you guys next time.